OneWrestling.com. This is Bill Apter, and welcome to a special edition of OneWrestling.com's Indie Buzz. And today's topic, the ECWA heralded, fabled Super 8 tournament. This year taking place in Newark, Delaware on April 13th, 2013. That's two 13s in this one. So will 13 prove to be lucky for one out of those 8 competitors? It has to be. And right now, one of those 8 competitors is joining us here on the Indie Buzz. Damian Dragon, welcome to OneWrestling.com.
It's an honor to be on your show, sir. Thank you for having me.
Well, it's an honor to have you here. And I did some research on you, and I understand that the magazines I used to work for, the Pro Wrestling Illustrated family, were a large reason as to why you are part of the ECWA Super 8 2013. Tell us about it.
Yeah, I started professional wrestling in 1996 under the tutelage of the unpredictable Johnny Rodz, WWE
Well,
Hall
stop
of
right
Fame.
there. The unpredictable Johnny Rodz, WWE Hall of Famer, the unpredictable Johnny Rodz, one of the greatest trainers in all of pro wrestling, and what a great guy, too.
Absolutely, and as well under the tutelage of another good friend of yours, Big Vito.
Oh, yes, of course.
Big
Yes.
Vito helped train
Yeah,
me. It
yeah.
was Angel
Another
from the
great guy
Baldies.
and great trainer.
Yeah, Angel from the Baldies. So I had a lot of
Wait a minute. Don't say Baldies with your hairline and mine.
I know.
But go ahead.
But I had a lot of great teachers and mentors. But I distinctly remember to this day, 1996, I picked up an issue of Pro Wrestling Illustrated, and it was covered is the first Super 8 tournament. And everybody, of course, has aspirations and hopes and dreams of WrestleMania and the WWE Championship, and that's great. And everybody should attain for great things. But for me personally, I don't know, something about that tournament resonated with me
Yeah,
immediately,
yeah,
and I
yeah.
knew I wanted to be a part of it. And here it is, almost 2 decades later, 17 years later, finally getting my chance at it. And I couldn't tell you, it feels like my first match all over again when I was 19.
That's great. Now give us your credentials, why fans should look at you as one of the serious competitors in this field of 8.
Well, I mean, the list of competitors is amazing. You've got Unbreakable Michael Elgin from Ring of Honor. You've got Mike Mondo from Ring of Honor. You've got the Greek God Papadon returning for a second year. He's had an incredible year.
Yeah.
And the list goes on and on and on. For myself personally, I may not have the full list of credentials that they have. I am definitely the veteran out of all of them with 17 years under my belt. And I've taken everything I've ever learned and every downfall and pitfall. And the one thing I have is I wear my heart on my sleeve and I wrestle with all my heart. And this is something I've waited for 17 years. 17 years to wait for one night is a long
Yeah,
time.
it
It's a
is.
very
It
long
is.
time. And pretty much, you know how the wrestling industry is, and to be a part of it is, Mr. Apter, where you give up friends' weddings, you give up relatives' weddings. My wife has to go to a lot of events by herself and go to birthday parties with our kids,
Well
and
aware of this.
it's very disheartening. But for me, this one night culminates everything that I've done and I've sacrificed for my friends and my family and my own personal being in pursuit of this one thing. Like I said, everybody's wanted Mania or whatever the case may be. I'm not in this for the big press. I'm not in the magazine coverage. I'm not in it trying to get to a bigger promotion. I'm in it for this tournament.
That's
I'm
great.
all
That's
that's
great.
all I want is this tournament. And by the end of the night, like I said, the dream was to be a part of it. But now the only option is to win it.
Okay, so give us your stats, your height and weight.
I am about 5'8" and 178 pounds.
And what are some of the past titles you've held?
I'm three-time unified ECWA tag team champion,
Right.
as well as amongst the first unified tag team champions. Wow, it's quite a number.
Okay, well, I want to bring up an kind of like an uncomfortable situation. You're talking about tag team championships. I understand that you are in the Super 8, but on March 2nd,
Mm.
there's a situation taking place where if something happens, you are not going to the Super 8. So could you briefly explain what's going on there?
Basically, I've had a number of tag team partners through the years. Some of them people may know. The most famous one that people will know is Matt Striker of
Yes,
WWE, the commentator. I
sure.
helped break him in, and And he was somebody that was a tag team partner that I watched move on to greater things after, we had a
By the
little
way,
bit of.
hold on one second. People, this is TV here, so you're shaking for some reason.
Oh,
Your
I'm sorry. It's
computer.
probably my arm hitting the table.
Okay, all
Sorry
right. So go
about that.
right ahead. I just didn't want people to
No,
adjust their computers.
no, not at
Don't
all.
call Toshiba. Don't call Dell or whatever you've got. Okay,
It's
go
just
on.
me.
So you and Matt Stryker.
I teamed up with Matt Stryker. I was in a very popular tag team early in my career during the big boom of indie wrestling called the
Right.
Natural Born Killers.
Yes, I remember.
And we did great things in New York, but there wasn't anybody that I had gotten this close to, like a brother, like Matt Saigon. And we did incredible things because although we walked two different paths, our things were the same, where we were always told no, and we were always told we couldn't do certain things. And based off of two singles guys that just got thrown together on a whim, we did incredible, amazing things. We went to places nobody expected us to go. We wrestled for Ring of Honor multiple times. We wrestled
Yes.
the Headbangers in an exclusive match and left to a ovation after getting a round of boos. So we did amazing things.
So
Uh,
what is happening with this situation now?
Basically, I don't know. I mean, we had a little, had friction, and come January, I got announced live as the first competitor for Super 8. So of course, he hugs me like a brother and everything. We're so close. We celebrated in the back. There was a situation that unfolded later in the night in ECWA where they're having troubles with another faction by the name of Black Hearts.
Yes.
We always, in wrestling, there's always your band of brothers, regardless of what side of the fence you
Oh, of
stand on.
course, of course.
We stood on an opposite side of the fence from a brother, and that being the Flying Hawaiian Keikoa.
Yeah.
But he ran into a situation where his career was pretty much on the line.
Well,
He,
I don't want to cut you off, but I want to kind of cut to the chase here to get to the situation where
right.
the stipulation has now come down from ECWA that a match has been signed with you
Yeah.
and your old friend tag team partner, uh,
Yep.
and it will take place on March 2nd,
Mm-hmm.
from what I understand.
Yep.
And
Basically,
where will this be?
to be in Newark, Delaware at the Boys and Girls Club, the same place that the Super 8 will be held.
And if you lose the match by any chance, and I know that all these years of you trying to get into the Super 8, you lose the match, you blow it. You're out of the Super 8,
Exactly.
and he gets the spot.
Exactly. I mean, I don't know why he did this. He turned on me for jealousy, whatever the case may be. I always said Matt had a ton of potential, but
But the match is signed, and that's
the
it.
match
March
sign,
2nd.
and I don't have a problem with that, Mr. Apter. I don't have a problem with that. So a lot of the fans said I was crazy. A lot of the wrestlers said I was crazy. Even the office said, "Are you kidding me? We gave you this chance, and now you're gonna let it ride." And you know what? It's not a matter of confidence. It's a matter of my own heart and determination. I said it before. I'll roll the dice 100 times, and I will come out on top every time in
Well,
regards
were
to this
you
tournament.
were you from what I had heard from my reports is that the ECWA put down that this is the way that it was supposed to be. Is this something that you requested, or they had mentioned this?
Well, after Matt and I's first encounter, it ended in a disqualification match
Yeah.
because tempers flared. I'll admit my temper flared a little bit.
Okay.
So I wanted another piece of him. I says, let's do it right. Let's do it no disqualification.
Yeah.
But the only way they would accept it, the Blackhearts would accept it, would be is if I put up my spot.
So
And
ECWA said that that's it. If you want the match, this is the way it has to be.
they thought I was crazy, but yes.
Okay. All right. So finally, before we wrap up here on the OneWrestling.com Indie Buzz, I want you to look right into that camera and very briefly tell everyone why you think you are going to win this tournament.
Because when you hold something in your gut and in your heart for 2 decades, a fire burns that nobody could turn out. It doesn't matter how much bigger, stronger, or anybody's been. I know where I'm going, and I know what I want, and I know what I have to do, and that's win the Super 8 tournament.
Damian Dragon, good luck to you in your quest for the Super 8 tournament, and we'll see on March 2nd that night whether you're going to get there and get your opportunity or not. For OneWrestling.com, the Indie Buzz right here. This is Bill Apter, Damian Dragon, and we'll see you at the matches.
Thank you.
Oh, and by the way, all the information on the Super 8 is at ecwaprowrestling.com. Didn't want to forget that and get dragonized.